Hey, what's happening, everyone? Going to show you just some squats from this last week. As some of you know, my squat has taken a huge hit because of a knee tendonitis or something like that I had going on for a while. It's just now coming back. So this whole 300, 400 pound plus squatting Cody is a relatively new thing, and I'm just now getting back into the groove of it. So here you're seeing really the first kind of major low bar squat session that I've had in a long time, because I've been doing a lot of exclusively high bar squatting. And since I'm rapidly approaching IPL Worlds, I figured I should switch to low bar and dial in my specificity as I approach the meet, because that shit is kind of important. So I usually train high bar because it doesn't beat my elbows up as much, so then I could bench a lot better. With the low bar, it's a little bit more tricky, and it's proving to be pretty damn painful on the elbow, unfortunately, and it is having an impact on my bench, and that sucks. So these 410s, yeah, I mean, you can barely see the little 2.5ers on there, but I promise they're there. So this 410, I really wanted to get it for a set of 5, and I did 4 and then racked it. It was like 5:30 in the morning, and so I just spaced out or something. But it felt really, really difficult, so it was probably a better decision, a more instinctual decision to rack the weight. And then I went against my better judgment. I decided to repeat the set. That's what you just saw there, and I only got 4 again. Decisions. Sometimes we make terrible ones. At most, I probably should have just done 1 or 2 more. But I didn't do that, and in complete moronic fashion, continued to just demand the same workload that I had originally planned on, even though I just did an extra set of the heaviest weight that I wanted to do that day. Not a very wise training decision. And I have a general plan of what I should be doing right now with my training in terms of the squat, but most of it is play it by ear and really shoot as close to a target as I possibly can. And I feel that's the best way to train through an injury, or just to rehabilitate yourself from an injury, is just to have an honest understanding of what your capabilities and limitations are, and then work through those. Have an idea of where you're going, but make sure that you're walking those limitations and doing what you can within your capabilities, because otherwise you're probably not gonna rehabilitate yourself. You're not going to be able to get better, guys. So just make better training decisions, and that's what it all boils down to. So here we're looking at the back off sets, and lots of volume here, a lot more than what I've done in a very long time at this kind of weight. And actually, the last time I did this type of workout was right about when the knee injury had peaked in painfulness and irritation, and which led me to not be able to squat. So this is kind of a comeback to where I once was during the decline after the American Cup. So still a long road ahead, unfortunately. The workout went fairly well, considering that it was early as fuck. But I did all the weights and all the reps that I wanted, and I did a little bit extra. Turns out it was just more difficult than I really wanted it to be. So here is the follow-on squat session later on that week. This is this last Saturday. Usually Saturdays when I deadlift, but I have a little bit of a back tweak or something going on right now. Minor issue. Is really preventing me from doing the amount of volume with deadlifting that I really want to do, unfortunately. So I'm focusing more on squatting. What you just saw there, that madness, you're like, whoa, who's this monster squatting like 750? David Douglas, you guys. More on him later. So here's me working with 415. That's a squat bar, and that's high bar position Because you know what? F the low bar right now, because my elbows suck and it hurt to bench like 275. Not cool. So low bar, you can die in a fire for the time being until I figure you out. You and I have issues we need to work through. High bar, you are my only friend. All right, back to David Douglas, you guys. Absolute beast. Follow him on everything because he's awesome, serious motivator, and just a very nice and strong and honest and driven individual. Very, very good dude. Was a Marine with me down at Camp Pendleton just this last couple of years. So, yeah, pretty cool guy. If you guys ever see him in competition, definitely introduce yourself because he's freaking awesome. And, yeah, read all that text right there because that's the truth, suckers. Back to me squatting. Oh my goodness. Like half the weight that David was squatting, basically. So 435 on the bar and grinding it for 2. Here is the heaviest weight that I've done in a very long time, since well before the injury. And I'm happy that I could do 435, but it's lower than the goal that I really wanted, which would have been about 200 kilos or 440-ish. I could have gone up, but I just didn't want to push it. It was just 2 sloppy reps, and although high bar just didn't fit my standard, and I'm trying to make better training decisions. Remember that little rant I went on earlier? Yeah. So, learn from those mistakes that you just did a few days ago, and they're still fresh in your memory. Try not to forget them. So, the back off sets, you guys here, I'm doing more sets, but lower reps per set at about the same weight as earlier in a week. Okay, so in terms of total volume and tonnage and stuff, it's going to be very, very similar. From the 3 sets of 8 to this 5x5, this one at 325 because the squat bar, the other one's at 315. This is madness right here real quick. Just climbing up these ropes. They have them there. Why not climb them, Cody? Monkey time. Okay, back to squats though. It's not too crazy, and it's more to just build in the motor pattern and not like tax myself way too much. That's the whole squatting thing. Deadlifts, you guys, man, went way too heavy on this. Going beltless though, so I mean, I was being pretty smart. Maybe should have stopped a little bit right there on the last set, but definitely not up to this. Maybe somewhere in the middle, because this 545, yeah, it's taking forever. Dude, that first rep was like 2 years long. Half the audience has beards right now, and the second one flew right up. Well, you guys, that just goes to show how important positioning is. Yes, Cody, that was a hard double. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Share it if you did. Like it and subscribe it. All that jazz.